Hi, this is my second message to Remtrex. So the first video is out there if you want to check it. It's got a couple of details in there. So you're at the moment, I would say that you're quite a niche product in the market. Let's put it that way. You're obviously talented, people are interested in you, and people in other countries are interested in you. You have to roll with the punches. You know, artists have to evolve over time. Jay-Z is a very different person to now than he used to be. You know, he's mixing with all types of different people. You know, for example, look at Dr. Dre, look at Beats by Dre. Totally different thing to his music, but it's a product that he has launched and he has made a lot of money off of it. And it's related to his music, but it's a separate entity, it's a separate venture that he's involved himself with. This is the sort of thing that you need to be doing if you want to have longevity and if you want to make the big, you know, real money is legit, you know, buy that house. Okay, so having short-term goals, short-term gains, sorry, and medium-term gains is good, but you need to have those long-term goals to ensure the long-term gains. So those are the sorts of things that you need to be thinking about. Obviously, music is the initial thing that you've started to do, and probably you're never going to stop doing. But if you was to branch out into other avenues, collaborate with like-minded people, then who knows what can happen. Okay, and then once you get a certain following, even mainstream following, you know, maybe, I don't know if you want that or not, but if you wanted more of a mainstream following as well, then you're going to have to do that. Okay, because you can't be mainstream and talk about the stuff that you're talking about as much. You know, you know, I love that stuff that you do. You know, I love it, but it's not going to go mainstream. And even if you, okay, what I'm trying to say there is that if you involve yourself in different things, you're going to have different things to talk about, which means that if you have different things to talk about, then your content is then going to evolve over time, like how, as I said before, like Jay-Z and these people, that's how they have ensured their longevity, by rolling, you know, with the times and evolving over those times and adding new things and trying out different things. So yeah, and then moving even further forward, you know, the social aspect as well. You know, I think that there's a bigger thing that you can be, you know, be involved with here on the sidelines, in the background. Maybe people don't need to know about it, but I'm just saying, like, there's a global change happening. You know, there's a big thing that the world is very different now to how it was 20-30 years ago. You know, people are a lot different now, in good and bad ways, and it seems like you know, there's a positive and negative war going on. And if you have a following, if you have people listening to you, in my opinion, it is your responsibility to use that for the greater good. Otherwise, you know, what you're doing. That's not a judgment thing. Okay, that's just my opinion, and I'm trying to, you know, spread that message as much as I can, really, just to get people thinking more about the bigger picture. You know, the global and the future generations, and because at the moment it's very much, you know, what can I get for me, what can I get for my family, and all that, that's fine, you know, don't get me wrong, but when you've got that and you've established that, why not then branch out? But sometimes if you branch out from that first thing initially, instead of the family and, you know, sort of like, not selfish, but like selfish reasons, if you do that first, then those other things, as I said in the previous video, you know, the money, the wealth becomes a byproduct of those, you know, those more honourable ventures. So yeah, it's again, I'm talking to my phone, like sat in the car in a car park, just talking to a phone. It's quite difficult to really put across what I'm trying to say to you, unless I'm actually there, like chatting to you face to face or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just looking at my thing here. I wrote a couple of things down. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Let me give you another thing, right? So this thing about corporations and like the government and the police, right? So people think, you know, that the government and the police, that they're this higher entity, these groups of people, and they're okay. All it is, how it works, is that they're corporations, and most people don't know that you yourself, us individuals, we're born as corporations. Okay, so, and that's what a birth certificate is, and it's, you know, your name in all capital letters. It's all very significant stuff. So if you look at the police, like, let's look at like Metropolitan Police, for example. That's a registered company. That's the same, essentially. That is the same as McDonald's or JD Sports or whatever. You know, it's exactly the same thing. But when you realise and understand or overstand that you're the same as them, it means that you can then interact with a lot more power about you. I mean, those corporations, the big ones, you know, the police, the governments, those ones, the councils, they have been established for a long time, and different people have been managing them. So, you know, their behaviours are a certain way, and they, you know, they use their experience to their advantage. You know, we're born, you know, go to school, go to work, trying to work out what the hell's going on, and then we die. Okay, but they're just constantly in play. So they're the same as you, but they just have different behaviours, and they have extra knowledge, and they have backup. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm just reaching out to you, Remtrex, because I believe that you have the energy, you have the power, and you have yeah, I mean, that's it, man. You got the energy and the power, you know, and that is important in this day and age where a lot of people are so disempowered and so beaten down by the system. And yeah, we just all need to have the energy and have the power. And I think that you could be a pioneer to, one, spread that, but also to create more social change amongst the population. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna leave it there. All right. So yeah, this is my last video I'm gonna send to you, by the way. I'm gonna make some more videos, but this is my final one to you. And even if we don't meet, we don't chat, you know, then fine. Hopefully just listen to what I said, and maybe it'll give you some ideas or whatever. And yeah, so anyway, good luck for the future.